Thanks for tuning in. Got something a little bit different going on today. So we got some parts ordered for the Honda. I got some brake pads ordered for the Escalade. Subaru's doing okay for now, knock on wood. But today we are going to go and look at a car that'll possibly be our first car to flip. So it happens to be my neighbor right up the street. I've noticed it's sitting out in his yard for a few months now, and I stopped and asked him about it. And he said it has some electrical issues, some taillights, turn signal problems. So we're going to go jump start it, take it for a spin, make sure it's good to go. He said he'd take $300 for it, so if everything checks out, we'll probably give him $300 and bring it home. See if we can't fix those lights and turn around and sell it for, I don't know, $1,500 or somewhere in that neighborhood. But I'll keep you updated on all the numbers as we go along and what it takes to fix it. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. Right down there, there's a little button. It's free, it's easy. Click subscribe. It means a lot to me. I really appreciate it. And also leave us a comment. Let us know what you like, what you don't like, what you'd like to see on the channel. So, here we go. Alright, here she is, guys. It's a 2004 Pontiac Grand Prix. The black. I'm gonna go take it a spin. Alright, so she's running. Everything's looking good. High miles. It's got 255,000 on it, but he said the engine was rebuilt. Who knows? It doesn't really matter with that many miles on it, but got an ABS and a traction control light on, so I'm assuming probably got a wheel speed sensor bad. Power steering's a little funky. It may be low on fluid. I don't know. We'll see. Radio works, heater works. I mean, he said he just parked it because the bunch of the lights weren't working. Turn signals and brake lights and stuff like that. So we'll have to look into that stuff as we get into it. But I think for $300 we're probably good to go. I could surely turn $1,000 on it. I don't know if you can hear that on the camera. The power steering is definitely making some noise, which he fully disclosed to me when I talked to him the other day. Got a lot of noise in the front end. It's probably just the brakes and wheel bearings and stuff, because it's been sitting for a good 6 months, I would say. Drive's okay. Transmission seems good. A lot of noise in the front end. I mean, it's probably going to cost me some money, unfortunately. It's probably the hub bearings. Doesn't seem to change braking or turning. Actually, it may be. It's hard to tell if it changes turning or not, just because the power steering is so loud. But at the end of the day, I mean, I could honestly take off in it right now and go somewhere, so I think it's not too bad. So probably just give him the $300 and go with it.
What's up, guys? I'm back out in the shop tonight. It's been probably about a week, maybe 2, since I bought the Pontiac. Haven't really done anything with it yet, so tonight I'm going to start looking it over, see if I can get some power steering fluid in it, check on the lights, just start checking everything out and see what I need to order for it, get this thing on the road, and hopefully turn $1 on it.
They pay cash.
Alright, guys, I got the Pontiac in here checking things out, kind of cleaned the interior out a little bit, got at least the trash and stuff out of it. The guy I bought it off of gave me this door panel tonight, so we can put that back on. Looking back here in the trunk, so the main reason this guy quit driving this was because there's some sort of issue with the tail lights, turn signals, that kind of stuff. So I found one thing already that I wanted to go ahead and show you. So these things have like it's a bulb with 2 filaments in it, and what it does is the one filament's not as bright, that's your parking light, and the other filament will make brighter light. It's got a different resistance to it. So that one's going to be your brake and your turn signal. So what was happening was that the brighter filament was staying on all the time. So it was like the parking light was connected to the wrong one. It was basically like the brake light was stuck on all the time. So took the tail light out, and I'm hoping this camera picks it up, but see that filament that's kind of at an angle there? So it's supposed to go straight across to that other post, but what's happened is it broke loose on that one end, and then it's touching the wire that's coming up for the brake light. So basically that filament is powering up from over on the right side here, but then it's giving that power over to the brake light itself. So that's why the brake light's stuck on all the time. So fortunately that's going to be an easy fix. I just got to grab a new 3057 bulb and put in there, and that one will be good to go, and then we'll see what else is going on. I also found this little corner light, which as you can see the tail light's busted, so I'll probably just put some of that red tail light tape over that. But that little bulb right there was blown too, so that did make it easy, the tail light being busted. I could just slip one in there. So get that one replaced. I'll pick up a new bulb for this one probably tomorrow, and hopefully that'll fix the back end. Oh yeah, there was a reverse light out too, so I'll have to double check that. But yeah, so we're making some progress on it slowly but surely. Hopefully within a few days here I'll have this thing ready to post up for sale. Got one more thing figured out on this thing already. The one of the reverse lights didn't work, the left one. So I pop it out, I see that it's got a 3157 bulb, which has 4 separate wires, but there's only 2 wires in there. So I'm like, heck, let's just try the other side. Ta-da! So far, put a bulb in that corner, flip the bulb around in there, and I got to get a bulb for this one. And we're well on our way with it. Still out here messing with this Pontiac. I got several bulbs fixed. Like, I think every one of these little 194 bulbs in the corners were blown, except for the left rear. So I put new ones in all of those. These headlight seals are pretty crappy. I'll try to glue that back up or something. But one thing I wanted to ask your all's opinion on. So there's kind of like a bearing noise when you drive this thing. It just kind of, you know, in the front end, like a real bad grinding type of noise. And I was just wondering, do you guys think this could have anything to do with it? I mean, is that good or no? Probably could be an issue, I think. Got some more stuff here for the Pontiac. This bulb will fix the left rear turn signal. These two will fix the front turn signals. I'm going to use this tape to cover up the hole in the right rear tail light. And then we got this window regulator in for the left rear. So we'll take the left rear door panel off and put this regulator in, put that all back together. Check this out, guys. I was getting ready to take this fog light out. The turn signal's also in that same one. Feel the water in it. If there's some goldfish in there, maybe. Alright, got an update on the Pontiac. Flashers are working. Back to, so that means the turn signal should also work. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So the lights are all good. All we needed was some bulbs. To recap, we put a 194 in the corners, both fronts, the right rear, and then another 194 in the license plate light. The reverse light, we just took the bulb out and turned it around and it was good to go. And then we put a new bulb in the left rear turn signal and brake light, because if you remember, that filament fell over on it. So lights are fixed, good deal. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and tackle this window regulator now. I'm going to just pull this door panel off and take the regulator out, put the new one in. Shouldn't take too long. Alright, I was able to get the window regulator put in, get the door panel back on. We're all good to go there. Window works. Door panel's back in place. We're going to get that door panel put back on the other side. And we'll be pretty much done. Other than we're going to fill the trans fluid, put the front hubs on and clean it up. And pretty much ready to go. Just for reference, this is what we're trying to fix. I hope that shows up good on the camera, but man, these hubs are wiped out. The other side's even worse. I didn't take the camera with me, but yesterday I drove the Pontiac into town and went to O'Reilly's and used their scanner to look at the codes. And it had codes in it for both of the speed sensors on the front for the ABS. So as you saw, we put new hubs on it. But I was able to clear the codes, but the left one didn't clear. So the right one cleared, the left one didn't clear. So the ABS and track lights are still on. So looking at that again tonight, trying to figure out what's going on with it. Got it back here in the shop, obviously. So I took the connector loose down there. Everything seems to be fine there. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to ohm test from the connector there up to this connector that goes into the ABS module. So you can see that blue and yellow wire, the top two pins closest to us there. That's actually the sensor right here. You can see that that's also blue and yellow. So I'm just going to take an ohm meter and test from here up to that pin up there and make sure those wires are connected. And if the wire tests fine, then I don't know, maybe the new hub has a problem with its sensor. So We're going to check the wires first, go from there. Alright guys, I got my multimeter here. Got the one probe in the blue wire down there on the connector. And then I'm going to take my other one. I better turn it on first. We're set on ohms. And take my other one, go to the top pin on this side, which is the blue wire. And I have something, but man, that's a lot. It should be like 0.2 ohms or something. Yeah, so this one's testing bad. Let me go ahead and test the yellow wire next to it. So the yellow one's good. It's giving me 0.3 ohms, which is exactly what I would expect. See if I can show you that. So 0.3, 0.4 ohms, whatever on that one, which is the yellow wire of this connector. But then the blue one, got nothing. So we got a broken wire here somewhere. So I'll probably start with taking this connector apart and trying to see, maybe it's just right here at the top, it's just disconnected from the pin or something. That would be an easy fix. If it's not that, this wire runs up the control arm, bounces over, and goes into the main harness right down here. So I'm not gonna open that main harness up. So if we don't find something obvious at one end or the other, I'll probably just run a redundant wire, tuck it in clean, and call it good. Well, that didn't take long. So I fished this wire out, pulled the loom back about 6 inches, and the wire is broken. So that is cool. That'll be pretty easy to fix. I'll just strip back both sides and solder it. Just going to try to make sure it is good from there on up. There we go. 0.5, 0.6 ohms. So that tells me the wire is good from there all the way up to the connector. So all I got to do is splice that wire back together and we'll be good to go. Alright, back out in the shop. I left you last night with, I found the wire broken on the Pontiac on the wheel speed sensor. So I was able to come up with some parts today. I got a new piece of blue wire. I got a new terminal that's like the old one. And a new seal for the weather pack connector. So I'm going to strip the end of the wire. Put the seal on it. Crimp a new connector on. And then I'll solder that to the wire on the car, twist the wires back up, hook the terminals back into the connector, and should be good to go. So I didn't film it, but I found the exact same problem on the right front as the left front. The wire was broken about 6 inches back from the connector, and then it broke loose from the terminal as well. So I did the exact same thing, just cut a piece of wire to replace it, crimped a new terminal on the end, crimped a butt connector in the other end of it onto the car, and taped it all up, plugged it in, tested it. Seems to be good now. The lights are already off, so that's a good sign. That's the first time I've seen the car without the ABS and track lights on. So I'm just connecting here to the blue driver to see what else is going on. So it still has a history code now for the right front wheel speed circuit. So I'm going to go ahead and clear that. It cleared, so that is a good sign. I have no idea what all this old stuff is, but I think I'll go ahead and clear all that stuff too, just to get it out of there. Now we have a clean slate on this thing. So yeah, that's it. That's awesome. A little bit of cleanup left to do, and we'll have this thing ready to sell. See if I can make some money on it. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. I just wanted to throw something in quick just to show you the financial breakdown on this flip. This was actually my first one. I had talked about buying some cars to flip for a long time and just never actually did it. But this one was just right at the neighbor's house, so the opportunity presented itself, and I decided to go ahead and try it and see what happened. So I initially bought the car for $300. I put some bulbs in it and then some hubs, sway bar links, and a window regulator. Put my total investment to $444.56. The car came with an extra set of wheels and tires. I was able to sell those for $100, so that took my investment back down to $344.56. I was then able to sell the car for $1,600. Leaving me a profit of $1,255.44. I would guess that I had somewhere in the neighborhood of about 12 to 15 hours maybe in it altogether. So it was a decent return on my time and my investment. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. I know this is a lot different than what I normally do. Drop me a comment, let me know whether you liked it or not. I have some more content like this recorded if you want to see it. I can do more of these. If not, I don't have to, but I appreciate everybody watching. I appreciate the likes and really appreciate the people that have subscribed. If you haven't subscribed, please do. It helps me out a lot. I'm pushing, trying to get 100 and get the custom URL. If anybody from the IRS happens to be watching, this was completely made up. The money wasn't real. I was just fixing my mom's car for her. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.